Welcome to Limitless Podcast. My name is Jeremiah, and I'm privileged to be the leader of Limitless at this very time. And I would just like to welcome each and every one of you, whether you're driving to work, chilling in the bathtub, cooking a nice breakfast, dinner, lunch, depending. Yeah. I have three lovely ladies seated with me just at the moment, and I'm going to allow them introduce themselves. And I'll start with the lovely, gorgeous lady on my left. If you would like to, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Lydia Aino, and I do choir and HR for Limitless.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi, my name is Opeyemi Kolaole. I'm in the prayer team in Limitless and also the welcome team.
Glory. Yes,
Hi, my name is Dara Benle. I'm the leader of choir. I'm in HR.
Lovely. Okay, thank you very much. Now, we're going to be speaking about something quite important. This particular month, we are looking at discipline in Limitless, and we just thought this question would be pertinent to understand and just share our views. Basically, we have not rehearsed or anything, so this is as raw as it gets, right? So the topic for our discussion today is baecation and cohabitation while dating. What are your views on that? So obviously I'd like to get your feedback on what you think baecation means, because fun story, I actually tried to check what that means. It's not a word. It's really not a word. So, what's vacation? What's cohabitation? Opeyemi wants to speak. Please speak to me.
Vacation. Vacation is just like when you're dating someone, just going on holiday, literally. It's just like vacation, but with your bae.
With your bae. What's bae? What's bae actually?
Bae, significant other.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
I think it starts with before, after, before anyone else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, it's actually before anyone else.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Obviously, people don't have bae on this table, but it's alright. The Lord will bless you with your bae very soon. But yeah, before anyone else, that's what bae means, right?
Yeah.
So, Opeyemi, what did you say?
Yes.
Going on vacation with your bae.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Just,
Alone.
Can I
Alone.
clarify? Yeah, I was going to say because...
Alone.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not in a group at all.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lydia. Dara, what is cohabitation?
Cohabitation is when you are living with someone. You're cohabiting in the same area. A lot of couples do that when they live together, just to get to know each other, I guess, on a deeper level.
So when you mean like couples, you mean like married couples, or do you mean
cohabitation in today's conversation sense is, my boyfriend, let's live together.
Yeah.
But, married couples also cohabit. Obviously, you're living in the same area, but in today's day and age, people have, before marriage, taken that step to live together.
Yeah.
I guess to find a deeper understanding of each other. We'll see.
Find out the kinks and the various things. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so which do we start with? Do we start with vacation? Yeah, let's start with vacation. Lydia, tell us what you think about vacation. Do you think it's all right?
I do not know.
You do not know?
I don't think it's okay to vacate.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what I meant.
Yeah, so why? Why do you think so?
I just think it's like overly tempting, and I think that it's just asking for trouble, really. Personally, I know I couldn't manage going on a vacation without falling into some sort of temptation or some sort of trouble. And also, personally, I don't like to travel with people. I don't like to see that side to them. So if I was dating somebody and we went to the airport and I discovered they were like a nervous wreck, that would already be something, because I'm so calm in the airport. So
that's weird. That's just weird. Let's just put that out there. That who is calm in the airport? Anyway, okay, yeah. So, is that all you had to say about that? You just feel because of temptations, it's probably not a good idea.
I mean, can I quote scripture?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I agree with what Lydia said. I don't think it's a good idea to vacate.
Yeah.
But because it's just, you're just going away, like not even in the same country. You're going away from, because usually if you're like in the same country, you have people that kind of like looking at you, like watching you. For example, people in church, at least, they kind of put that pressure on you to make sure you don't make the wrong move.
Yeah.
So if you're going literally away,
to
like
the
you guys are exactly, no one's looking at you, no one's like putting pressure on
to
you.
Bora Bora.
Exactly. And then the whole scenery as well.
True. Dara, what do you have to say about that?
I'm in agreement. I'm in total agreement.
Yeah.
And I think as well, people need to understand why they want to do it. There's no real reason. I want to get to know them better. You can do that without flying to Hawaii. Like they're different, you know. So I think I definitely agree with what Lydia said and what Oka said as well about how it's not very necessary, and you don't want to put yourself in a position where now they come out after a shower, you're like,
yeah.
You know, it's not needed.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
I've got a question. Can we ask questions?
Please.
Yeah, I've got a question. So, you see when we're talking about vacation, right? Are we talking about just going out of the country? Or can it be like a staycation, like kind of vibe?
Staycation.
So
Any type of...
Okay, so we're talking about any kind of...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So even if it's like getting a hotel to go away, say to go to like Dundee for the weekend, that's equally the same thing. It's like
What's your opinion on that?
No, I just wanted to hear what you guys thought, because I genuinely I kind of categorize them in
the same thing. Yeah.
For me though, I don't agree. I think vacation is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's looking shocked.
Can we get the sound effect?
So I think vacation is fine. Why do I think so? Because first of all, what all you guys have said, valid points, and they are so true, right? But if you're going with the intention, well, it depends on your motives.
That's what I
So first of all, if I'm gonna go with my babe to Bora Bora, for example, or Bali, already we know we are not in a position to cohabit. Let's not get ahead of ourselves with cohabitation, but we're not going to stay in the same hotel. Obviously. Do you understand?
It's like, do you understand? It's like if you are ready to go the extra mile of making sure you guys are not in the same place in terms of spending the night together, but it's like I might as well just go to this place with my bae. It's a lot of unnecessary stress, to be honest. But if you want to do it, you can. Yeah, it's doable.
So let's not just throw a wild blanket and just be like, it's wrong. Because it's like, people do go on these things. And when I say people, we're not just talking of random people now. We're talking of Christians, right?
Yeah.
You can go on these things and maintain your purity. Now, just like we said in the beginning, vacation might be, if we're going to be very specific, you are going just with your bae. But I mean, it doesn't have to be just with your bae, to be fair. If you go with a friend and another friend.
But then it's not a vacation.
That's not a vacation.
There's no problem with going away and
in a group.
Vacation is like just you and your bae.
Yeah, it's like a honeymoon, basically.
That's a completely different thing.
That type of vibe.
You know that vibe?
Because
even next to the pool, you're just like,
I mean, it doesn't make sense. You take the same bus, you take the same plane, you take the same train, and then you just like in two different directions to like stay. Like
no, but I actually see where you're coming from.
But yeah, you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, no, I really do. Like it does make sense. Like he said, if you're ready to go that extreme. I mean, it's obviously easier and better to avoid it. But if you really actually say you want to, like you and your girlfriend have been talking about going to see, I don't know, the pyramids in Egypt, for example. It's in Egypt, right?
Yes, they're in Egypt.
It's okay.
Can I throw a spanner in the works?
But so throw a spanner in the works after me finishes that point.
Yeah, so if you guys have been talking about really wanting to go to see it, I'm pretty sure you can. Like you said, just get a separate hotel. I think it's doable. That makes sense. I didn't even think about that. It's actually doable.
It is. It's a lot of stress, unnecessary in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm like, just marry and then go. Like, just literally get married and go. But if you have to, like circumstances, I can't see a situation where it's going to be like necessary for you to do that. But if you have to, then of course you can put parameters to make sure, because these things are. The Bible says if you look at we've gotten to the Bible eventually. But it's like if you look at a woman to lust after her in your heart, you've committed adultery already, right? So it's like you can be in church and be committing adultery. Yeah, so it's more about your heart condition as opposed to the location. But again, the Bible did say we should flee all appearance of evil, right?
That's my scripture.
And we should not give a room to the devil. So putting yourself in positions where you might be tempted, more likely to be tempted than not. Right?
Yeah.
Kind of, this is what I was saying. But Lydia, you wanted to throw a spanner.
Yeah, so the spanner that I wanted to throw was actually steering away from temptation. So my contribution was actually towards people's intentions for dating in the first place. I feel like if your intention for dating is actually just getting to know somebody and thinking towards, you know, your future life with them, and actually like moving in that like progressive way towards marriage, it's almost like, what are we traveling for? And I feel like when you put somebody in a state in which is like not their usual surroundings, not a you know, their basic habitat, you're almost now throwing other circumstances into it, such as like cohabitation. So I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but my point is basically that if you go on holiday, you may now overlook some red flags just because you guys had a great time in Spain last July. But what it's actually not about is like, you know, the time that you have together and the memories that you make. It's actually, this is a time period of me considering whether I want to move forward with you in my life. So if I now throw these other factors that are going to look like, you know, kind of, I don't know the word, blind you, or like, you know, give extra green flags, you're almost kind of setting yourself up for like deceit.
I see that.
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
I feel like I should
that's an
clap
angle.
That's
an
And I
angle.
think as well, like you were saying, like the intent of what you're going for. I mean, I've had people come to me and be like, you know, that it's not the same, because when I was going away with my like person, we went for a wedding, and I was like, it's not, you're traveling together for something. To me personally, that's different. When a vacation is, we're taking ourselves from here to here to enjoy ourselves and relax. That is the motive. That's the
way you
intent.
said enjoy. God forbid.
Yes.
That's what it is. That's the intent of it. So you can't. To me, anyway, if someone's like, I'm going on a vacation or I'm going away, I'm like, what are you gonna do? Oh, we're just gonna have fun. Also, I think as well, Lydia said this to me. We were having a conversation a while ago about leaving things to be excited for. And sometimes just, I want to go to
marry
Bora
me
Bora.
faster.
Exactly.
People go to Bora Bora when you put a ring on it.
Next year or next month, and let's drop.
So marry me.
I love that.
Because if you want to go away with me, marry me now.
You guys, it's like you have done all the vacations.
Exactly.
You have
What's gonna
cohabited.
happen now
Now
when
when you're honeymoon, you're just like,
we're here last year. It doesn't make sense anymore.
Literally, and personally, I think for me, if a guy was to like even suggest, like this is actually one of my non-negotiables. If a guy was to suggest going on holiday with me, I would see that as an instant red flag. What do you want to take me to do?
What
are we doing there? Exactly. Like, if you want to get to know me, there's Starbucks down the street, and I love Starbucks, by the way.
Thank you. So yes, for anyone who is looking out for Lydia,
you know,
she loves Starbucks.
Oh, caramel latte, caramel macchiato.
Lovely. Okay. Let's move swiftly on to cohabitation. I think. Obviously, I just said that to be the devil's advocate, but I obviously believe vacation is a bad idea. The devil is a wicked devil. Let's not do that to ourselves.
Oh my
but
God.
Cohabitation. Opeyemi, what do you think? Do you think you can stay? I mean, let me give you guys the perks of cohabitation first of all.
Perks. Okay.
You get to see the person in the morning. Do you understand?
Accurate.
Like if you see Lydia in Starbucks, you're like, oh my god. But if you see her in the morning, you might be like, oh my god. So, do you understand? Like when you're cohabiting, you can see the person in various shades of black, blue, yellow that the person might be expressing, and you be like, this is what I want to do my life, really. Do you understand? So it's like the classic example it's like the litmus test. Like, can we live together? Because you can be like, I love the person, but it's when you live with the person, it's like the person squeezes the toothpaste thing weirdly, keeps the toilet seat up.
You know,
do you understand?
I can't marry you anymore.
Do you understand? But it's like, wouldn't you have liked to know that before you got married? Yeah, all right. Opeyemi, speak to me.
Cohabitation, it actually takes me back to A-levels when I was doing sociology, because it was a major topic that we looked at. Yeah. And I just remember like the stats and everything. And looking at the stats now, like looking back at it, I'm just realizing that it actually even supports the argument from like a Christian point of view. So for example, I remember like the stats was like, because cohabitation has increased, so a lot of people are not getting married anymore, because obviously they're already comfortable in that situation. So, but then if you look at it from the Christian point of view, we were put on earth to multiply, as it says in the word, and obviously you can only do that like through marriage, I guess, the right way. If now you're cohabitating and you're not getting married anymore, like we're not fulfilling the word. Like, so I do think cohabitation is just it's a no, a big no. I mean, I do get, like you said, it's a way to see people in their true form, like to know how they are. Can I really spend the rest of my life with this person? But if you put God in the center of it, like, if you start something the right way by, okay, God is the person for me, you wouldn't have doubts, regardless of if they squeeze the toothpaste from the middle, the start, whatever. So I think that's not really a solid argument. Like, like if you've done it the right way, like, go to God. Like, there's no doubt about it, I guess.
True.
Yeah.
Dara?
I agree 100%, and I think it's the same kind of argument that people use for even like having sex before marriage as well. Like all of these things that people just want to try, just taste, just so I know. And it's now that you're placing this humongous decision on lots of little things that are not really, that important. Yeah. Because with cohabiting, I believe anyway, if everyone has the right mindset, you can live with anyone. Do you understand what I mean? Like I can live with Opa, I can. Yeah.
Can you?
Not like. If everyone is like teachable, like I'm trying to see like if you have room for what's that word where you like,
oh my goodness, I know what you're trying to say.
What I mean?
I know.
When you like
compromise.
There's room for compromise. Yeah. So now if you're living with someone before marriage and they're squeezing their toothpaste the wrong way, or they put their fork in like down in the dishwasher instead of up, and it's like that's up. Why would we focus on that now when we can focus on getting to know each other on a proper level of this? Their content of their heart, like their morals, everything is completely right. So later on, once you've already made that humongous decision that I know you're the person for me, all these little things will even be less important because you're not using these to make a big decision later. If you understand what I mean.
Exactly.
So
Lydia, talk to me.
Like marriage is meant to be work anyway. I feel like if you go into it with the ideal that like it's going to be a fantasy, you're already setting yourself up for failure. So then putting the forks down, like those are little bits of frustration. You practice patience on a daily basis as a Christian anyways. You have to just learn how to communicate. But the point I was going to make is that it pays to be observant, because if you really speak to somebody and you actually like know the right questions to ask, you'll know how they live. Because if you're talking to somebody on a daily basis, they're like, okay, I'm ordering food, I'm ordering pizza, I'm ordering this, I'm ordering that. They don't cook. So now when you come and you go to live with them, don't be surprised because you already knew these things. Then it's like, I just want to come over, drop something off. Oh, you can't. My flat's a mess. You know them, like, if you have to kind of pay attention. It really pays to be observant, because when you're getting to know somebody, they will slip in little things about themselves on a daily basis that if you actually keep a watchful eye of, you'll know how they live. So actually wanting to live with them is actually looking for an excuse to almost cut off your relationship and not get towards that marriage. It's almost like, because if you're going towards saying, okay, I want to see how they fold the bed, I want to see how they do this, why do you want another reason to kind of like opt out? Like if you genuinely believe this is the person for me, then it doesn't matter how they do whatever, like, I mean,
like, lovely.
Can I quickly
please
add something? You see another, like, the argument, we're cohabitating, we're living together because, like, the same thing, I want to see how they are, but people are forgetting that people, like, change. Like, you learn, like, maybe 10 years down marriage, you're now finding out, oh, they don't like that actually. Like, you wouldn't have known all of that stuff if you were cohabitating together. You still there are more things to discover, like, down the line as well. So that argument is just so flawed.
Oh, another thing to add as well. I'm sorry, Jeremiah. Also, I don't know why. I'm being led to hammer on this topic of cooking. I don't know. But you know how sometimes people are like, oh, I really want somebody who can cook. And it's like, some people actually can, like, cook very well, but they maybe don't cook the food that you like, and then maybe that now has negated the fact that, okay, they can cook. And I feel like when it comes to living together, you learn these things, you learn what they like, you cook, you will learn what they like to eat and, like, learn how to make it. You learn how they like to live and adjust and compromise. Jeremiah, maybe.
No, I'm listening to you. Go on. It's just that we're, like, cooking,
Oh, sorry, we can leave the topic.
No, we can't. I know that.
I just wanted to
cook, Lydia?
Yes, I do.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's just leave it at that for now.
Thanks.
Just to kind of tie in all we've said. Actually, not to tie it in. Some others say cohabiting makes sense financially, right? You can just
people do say that.
You can just get a flat as opposed to paying two flats. They just, I mean, we want to get married after all, so why can't we just, I mean, I literally have a friend that, it's like, let's just get a flat together. we could still be paying our bills, but let's just stay together. It just makes more sense. We're probably moving to another city for work, so yeah, let's just stay together. So what do you guys have to say about that? For the financial side of things, because people are struggling. There's inflation, interest rates are going up, gas prices are going up.
Those gas prices.
Jumps and those gas prices quite deep. So it's like, yeah, let's just stay together. We can have different rooms actually. Maybe like a 2-bedroom flat.
But then that kind of cancels out the financial.
Okay, can I speak about like the situation I know of?
Yes.
Okay, so my sister and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
He was living in a flat. Essentially, he bought this flat for them to live in when they would be married. So their engagement went on for longer than it was meant to go on for, and instead of them to just be like, you know what, this money is stacking high, you know, let's just live together. I think my sister was paying like some of the I don't know what the situation was, but essentially my sister was living at home. It was the what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So I think there's always a way around it. Even if you have a friend, I'm like, I'm really sorry, like my situation is so tight. Can I crash on your couch? I really just want to wait until I get into that situation, you know, because this living in the different rooms. I mean, there's so many standards put in place, but your flesh really just can take over.
Yeah.
Like, we have to really be mindful of that, because I can literally I can sit, you know, with my boyfriend one night, next night, you know, late at night, nothing happens. And I'm thinking, do you know what? This is way easier than I thought it would be. Like, let's just live together. And then the first night we're fine. The next night I'm like, no, because you look nice now. So, you know, so let's just like literally just try and avoid it at all costs. That's personally what I think. You know, situations and finances, these are like really big issues that affect people a lot. But I think there's just try.
Yeah,
let it be the last resort, if anything.
Yeah.
But
even the last resort, sleep outside.
Like, take a loan.
It's literally the motive. Do you understand? It's like the mindset. What's your mindset? And like I would like to say again for our listeners, we are Christians and we build our standards around the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Whatever we're doing, we're trying to please God. So it's like, would you rather? I mean, the Bible went to the extreme of like, if your left hand is going to cause you to sin, you cut it off. Yeah. So it's like, if I don't have anywhere to stay, it won't be my girlfriend's house that will be next option. Let me go stay with her because I believe I know what I'm. No, just like Dara was saying, it's like the first week it can be fine, right? It's like really chill. The second week she might just forget you're there and come out of the bedroom and they're like, yeah, it's actually fine, but it's not fine anymore because again, it starts with the mind. It starts with your thoughts, right? So, financial shouldn't be a good reason.
I was gonna just come back to that question again. So it actually is like proven through stats again that being married is actually financially. It makes more sense financially than cohabitating. Like, for example, things like insurance and stuff. So why not do it? The only thing that people say though, but I feel like this is the thing about most people. They're like they're only thinking short term. Like for example, now people are like, but if we get married now, the wedding costs, we're gonna be in debt like for the wedding. But really, actually, are you like if you cut your coat according to your size, as they say, like don't go and now do you don't the biggest. You don't have to.
Actually, don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if it's just to do something small, your friends and family. Yeah. And then
what if you're Nigerian?
You don't have to.
Nigerian,
you understand? Literally,
I'll pay for what I can afford. You know what I'm saying?
Pay me go and marry. You understand? This just makes a lot of sense. But really, what she's saying, oh my God. Financially, it makes sense to just marry.
To get married,
There's literally no need. Just like we're saying about vacation as well. It doesn't make sense to spend that much money to go to somewhere that you can just go together. There are a lot of discounts for married people.
Exactly.
Insurance.
Even if you say I'm on my honeymoon, they'll put you first class.
Do you understand? It's like, we just got married.
And
it's just like, upgrade them. So it's like it's the lies of the enemy. It's like you guys don't need to get married, just cohabit and it's like, I've been here now, let's just stay another year, let's just stay another year. And before you know it's like 10 years and then something goes wrong and it's like I've been here 10 years, I might as well just keep staying there. And you see people just miserable because the foundation was wrong, right? So this thing just kind of snowballs and just anyway, we have a couple of minutes left to be honest. So I'm going to ask another question, right? Cohabitation. What happens to our beloved listeners who are cohabiting right now? What do we think we can tell them? after 10 years of cohabiting, he's like, get out now.
Yeah.
Or,
He said, yeah.
No, let's be realistic.
yeah, let's stop, because I know people
Get
listening,
married.
some of them are actually cohabiting right
We don't
now.
know
So
the
what do we tell them?
situation about getting married. Like, is that who you want to get married to?
After 10 years.
It's not about time.
It's actually not about time,
Like,
to be
I'm
honest.
going back
years,
to
you've not made
the maker. Ask him,
Do you know what I
is
mean?
this who I should be
The what?
with? The maker.
Okay,
The
the
maker.
maker.
The maker.
maker.
Jesus, the father. But yeah. No, like you said, this is my response to what you just said about get married. I'm like, okay, is that really what you do? Like,
Yeah.
is this who I really want to get married to? Like you said, it's all about the right foundation, like doing things the right way, pleasing God, most especially.
Yeah.
So you can only please God by listening to Him. Like, go speak to Him and hear what He has to say about
Yeah.
it, and go on from there.
So, like,
much.
where are you speaking to him at this moment? You're like next to the guy.
No.
You know what I mean?
In your quiet time,
You might
you
want
can go
to.
together, I guess.
No. I think the
Yeah,
best
Lydia, what do you
way
think?
to hear from God is to hear from God individually.
Yeah.
And I think that when you've now, first of all, when you're in a relationship, you can't now ask God about the guy, because you can't filter him into your relationship. You have to start with God.
Yeah.
So now if you've now gone and cohabited, and then you're like, oh God, is this okay? Like, God is literally just gonna be like, well, now if I tell you no, you're already
You're
there
sitting there,
snuggling in bed
yeah.
every night, so you're not gonna want to leave that warmth. So it's like, I think I mean, and it's hard if you've already started reaping the financial benefits, but it's like, if you really want to like know, is this the person I need to marry? It's a very individualistic thing, and being with that person all the time is going to cloud that. So either, get your space or something, but you can't
Go for a vacation
Can I
alone.
drop
you
in?
not go for a single
Can I
cation.
jump in quickly
One
there?
presentation.
It's never too late.
Yeah.
Like Pastor
Yeah.
said something today.
Yeah.
He used the word. He said he was just like, it's basically not too late. Like,
Yeah,
start
start
now.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start now.
Yeah.
Right? So if you speak to God tonight, and I don't know how long God. People are
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So if you
Open
do
your
know
heart.
that in your heart, actually turn around. It's not too late to turn around. It's not too late to make
Make
change.
amends.
Yeah, make amends. Like it starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't like Pastor said. Like don't think to next week is like the time to start. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait 1 week.
Yeah.
There's
Start
something I used to
today.
do with myself, right? When I realized something for myself that I probably should I should start doing or stop doing. I don't know why in my head I'm like, okay, today's a Thursday. Thursday doesn't seem like a good day to start. I'll start on Monday.
Yeah.
Or if it's like
bad.
maybe 10:53 p.m. I'm like,
Yeah, let's just make it the
Anyway,
next day.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Fresh start.
but then honestly,
Yeah.
when Pastor said today, it really just spoke to me again that actually, even if it's like right now that it's coming to
Yeah.
my head, like I need to, and like the song you guys sang as well about transform my mind, like that was just my watchword in my prayer today. I was like, transform my mind, like let my mind be transformed. Like
Yeah.
I don't care if it's right now, even if I'm in the middle of washing plate or whatever it is that I'm doing, let my mind be transformed. It takes that conscious like decision to change,
Yep.
to do the right thing,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And
That's it.
yeah, I know. We'll be back again with a fresh episode. But just like we said, for anyone and everyone listening to us that might be in a situation where you have made some commitments, you are in a very dire situation. Like we said, start now. It could just be a whisper, it could be a very short prayer, but speak to him. He's your father and he listens, and he would get you out of that situation. And of course, we are available. Our contacts will be displayed somewhere, somehow. But yeah, get in touch with us. We're going to speak with you. We're going to pray with you. And I do believe great things will happen in your life in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Lovely. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
I'll speak to you again soon.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Grace.